So Disney obviously is looking to buy Hulu. They've got to buy Comcast out of that. It's now looking like they might have to pay $5 billion more for Comcast Hulu
Mm.
stake. I mean, this is $5 billion that they don't have.
Yep.
This is a staggeringly high amount. So let's take a look, right? So Walt Disney said on Wednesday it may have to pay up to $5 billion more to buy Comcast's minority stake in Hulu. If an appraiser were to agree with Comcast's assessment that the stake should be valued at more than $40 billion. Earlier this year, Disney and Comcast hired investment bank RBC Capital as the independent appraiser to resolve a dispute over how to value the 33% stake in the streaming platform, and according to people familiar with the matter. So Reuters was the first to report in May that Disney and Comcast were seeking to hire an independent advisor, because obviously they couldn't come to a decision or an agreement. So Comcast was like, hey, cough it up, mate. And Disney were like, sorry, what? Shit, we don't have money. That is a real life. That's a real life rendition of exactly what happened, just as an FYI.
Yeah.
Fly on the wall. The two sides have entered into arbitration proceedings, which, it's not great, to resolve the dispute, and a final decision is expected in fiscal 2025. Disney and Comcast signed an agreement for Hulu in 2019 with an option strike date of January 2024 after Disney's $71 billion takeover of Fox assets, including its minority stake in Hulu. It's important to remember $71 billion, and they have done nothing with it. Stupid. The deal gave Disney majority control over Hulu, as it already owned a 33% stake. Comcast retained its stake at the time, believing that its value would rise significantly by 2024, and they were right. In November last year, Disney agreed to take control of Hulu and pay Comcast at least $8.6 billion for the remaining 33% stake, after Comcast triggered the deal as part of the 2019 agreement. And again, Bob Iger decided to shit himself at that point. Disney said on Wednesday, if the independent advisor's valuation is equal to or below the guaranteed floor value of $27.5 billion, it would not have to pay Comcast anything more than $8.6 billion that it paid out last year. If RBC's appraisal, please God, let it be higher, is in line with Comcast's evaluation, Disney will have to pay Comcast $5 billion more. If it falls between the earlier evaluations on both sides, Disney would have to pay anywhere between zero, don't understand that, zero, and about $5 billion, I guess zero more. So JP Morgan, Disney's advisor on this deal, valued Hulu at less than $27.5 billion, which is the floor valuation that the companies had set in 2019 put call agreement. So what is it, like 8.6 plus 5? I mean, 13.6 billion.
Yeah, in looking at that, honestly, it's easily worth more than even that. So the of course Disney's JP Morgan, their handpicked person who now has a former JP Morgan person on their board. You don't think that wasn't kind of shenanigans? Of course it was, and Comcast is going to pick somebody who might do business banking with them. So eventually you'll end up somewhere in the middle with an arbiter. But the problem is, what if either side doesn't like the arbitration? They still end up in court. So we'll see what happens. Even if it's binding, you still get people opting into lawsuits. We'll see what happens.
Well, I just think it's hilarious. This is one of those things like, FAFO, fuck around and find out. Like, they shouldn't have made that agreement, should they? Let's be honest.
Let's just make a comparison. Comcast just spent about $4 billion building a brand new theme park called Epic Universe, right? They're putting the finishing touches on it now. Disney will this will essentially pay for not only that, but the expansion of said theme park. The joke has been now on multiple different streams that there literally should be a sign up from thanking Disney at Epic Universe for building the theme park for free. There you go.
So funny. So funny. Do we think that this could like bankrupt? Because they're $70-odd billion in debt, aren't they? Disney.
They're substantially in debt. I haven't checked most recently on the numbers, but
I thought it was 70-odd.
Well, they spent $71 billion on acquiring Fox, but they already were carrying debt. So let's see, Disney's current debt.
Disney's
And they're not really doing anything with any of the properties that they acquired from Fox.
I mean, they're really in debt. I mean, that's why that P&E ratio is all jacked up.
Apparently, they're £36.16 billion in debt. So it's over 40 odd. No, that doesn't sound right.
No, it's 46 billion in debt currently still.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
How?
Are they? Well, they borrowed money.
Thinking they were going to get big returns. Like they're probably like, oh, we got all this stuff going on. NBA's coming to ESPN. Freaking, Marvel Phase 4, Kang. Like, man, we're gonna do good.
It could be argued that they haven't made $1 back on their $4 billion investment in Star Wars.
Nope, they sure have not.
And now with the failures that Nick just described, it's quite possible that they've driven the value that they've earned out of Marvel down considerably, because Phase 4 should have just been called Phase Flop.
Yeah.
Phase 5, Phase Dive. It's just not good. Not good, Bob.
No.
Go on then, Nick. What do you reckon about all of this?
Man, I would love it if they had to pay another $5 billion. Like, wow, just keep, cranking that debt ceiling up even more. And I don't know what they're even doing with Hulu over there. I mean, they should be putting all these Fox properties over there. Like I don't really ever hear anything about Hulu anymore. When it was kind of its own thing, not under the Disney umbrella. I mean, I saw stuff on Hulu all the time. Like I literally don't hardly ever hear about it anymore. It seems like. I mean, it seems like Hulu's kind of turned into the, redheaded stepchild of the streaming services. But I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. I would love to see them have to pay another $5 billion, but I mean, I don't ever watch anything on Hulu. For all I care, it can go to the grave.
It's so funny, isn't it? So funny. Well, we will be sure to keep you in the loop on all of that, ladies and gentlemen, in the chat as well. Of course, we will.